Paul Tate's golden goal in 95, and now 90 minutes separate us from taking another step towards that Wembley arch. Jay Stansfield starting on the shoulder of that last man between Nsasi and Amissar, the two centre-backs for the Fulham Under-21s this afternoon. And Alfie May makes his way up the left-hand side, ball back to the edge of the penalty area. Taylor Gardner-Hickman, nice to shoot, will take it on and fires just wide of the right-hand post. The first chance of the game falls Blues' way as Yokoyama's found by a pinpoint ball from Christoph Clara, tights that left-hand touchline. And Blues have worked this well. May, left-hand side of the penalty area, worked inside to Leonard, who looked to fashion across to the outside of his right foot. That's deflected behind, and Blues will have the first corner of the evening. 0-0.
Just pinpoint. Didn't even need to move that diagonal that we see quite often to hit those wingers.
Corner comes in, Sanderson meandering round the back, connected with it, but level to it was Alex Borto.
At this stage, if you're Fulham, you're just going to take your time with this free kick and get your shape. Just kind of, you'll be desperate for that spell on the ball. You know, they haven't had it so much, and they're taking a risk there, aren't they? Trying to step out with it.
Yeah, Williamson has robbed them high, and he's played through Jay Stansfield, and there's the opening goal for Blues. Williamson won the ball high, surveyed his options, impish reverse ball through to Jay Stansfield, who timed his run to perfection. Teeing up Jay Stansfield to fire us in front, but here come Fulham, down the other end in front of the Tilton. Godo out of his feet, onto the right foot, purchases some yards and fires. Fulham level. It's a sensational solitary effort from Martial Godo. Over the top towards Alfie May, who's peeled away. And it's a velvet first touch and looks to dink the goalkeeper left-footed. But Borto, though, stood his ground. Not enough loft on the chip from Alfie May. Fired them level. And here is Godo, the man who fired the equaliser in about 5 minutes ago. Centre of the park for the Fulham Under-21s. Trading passes with Nwoko, but Blues have won it back, and Stansfield has Williamson to his right-hand side. May arriving now into the penalty area. Williamson closed down on this near side, the right, but smuggles it infield to Mark Leonard, about 35 yards from goal. Taylor Gardner-Hickman completes the switch over to Yokoyama, who cuts in field on the right foot and pulls the trigger, spilled by the goalkeeper.
But probably another player that hasn't probably featured as much as he would have liked, but you know, a chance for him to affect the game.
And Blues have worked this well. Samsted's diving header had to work hard.
At least one of the fullbacks you'll see playing on the top line or as high as possible.
It's a great first touch ball by Jay Stansfield, and Williamson has set himself up here to strike! And strikes just over the crossbar as it flies behind into the Gil Merrick. Blues just taking a risk on our own back line, edge of our own penalty area. Godo threatening to steal in. Loose pass from Stampstead, picked up by Osmond. And here is King in the penalty area. Tight angle, and Bailey Peacock-Farrell charges out to make that angle even tighter.
Say we've been really stronger is that dominance, that possession-based style of play, and it's been a number of occasions where we've conceded possession too easily.
Sekularak doing the hunting for Fulham in the midfield. Sanderson, though, takes control and finds May, who can lay it off to Yokoyama. And there's Alfie May in the penalty area, pop shot on the turn.
As much as we highlighted him as a threat, you know, he's the one that cuts inside and hits a great strike, doesn't he? You know, puts it right in the top corner. Doesn't give Peacock-Farrell, you know, much of a chance, in all honesty.
Clara at centre-back, Leonard under pressure, spins away nicely from the on-rushing Nwoko. And that opens the space up for Samsted on this near side. Samsted knocks it inside to Williamson. Brings it inside on his left foot. Jay Stansfield on the turn, and he smuggled it into the corner. Stansfield haunts his former teammates for a second time tonight and restores our lead in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy decider. And Marcus Painter, he only needs another chance. Jay Stansfield, clinical from the Blues striker. 2 on the night, 2 for Blues.
Well, you supply Jay Stansfield in and around the 18-yard box, you're going to have a chance, aren't you?
Dealing with the pass from Bailey Peacock-Farrell well inside his own penalty area. Now Blues turn defence into attack in a heartbeat. Yokoyama looking to tee up Taylor Gardner-Hickman. The strike wasn't convincing from the mid.
Probably a bit of naivety for the first goal that we scored, with the centre-back stepping out at the wrong time and ball getting nicked off him. But, you know, of course, they're still in the game at 2-1. Without a doubt. No, that wasn't the case, but take nothing away from the strike. I mean, Godo's hit a fantastic strike there and put the ball in the top corner. And as you've said on many occasions, Matt, as long as we don't lose the game, we progress.
Mark Leonard caught on the edge of the penalty area. Fulham looking to take advantage. The shot was deflected. That made it difficult for Bailey Peacock-Farrell, but he produced. Sekularak in field is something we saw glimpses of in that first period. Fulham knocking the ball about pretty competently. That comes to an end with an intervention of Christoph Klara on the halfway line. He feeds Willem Willemsen, looking for a hat-trick of assists, as Klara is urged to shoot as he races up to the edge of the penalty area. Stansfield on the turn. Left-footed drive is straight into the arms of Alex Borto, who can have a run at Gofford. Yokoyama driving into the penalty area, twisting in field onto that right foot, waltzing Yokoyama, plays it towards Willem Willemsen, who just lifts it over the crossbar from the edge of the 18-yard box, checking in on that left foot.
More ruthless. I know Stansfield has been the one that's bagged himself 2 goals, but with some of the chances we have created, can we test the Fulham goalkeeper more so?
Cochrane. Ayumu Yokoyama this time going down the outside. He sold Gofford for a jam sandwich and found the roof of the net. Absolutely sensational from Ayumu Yokoyama. Well, Martial Godo might have had a piece of brilliance in the first half, but this is just as special in the second. And that is how to fire in your first Blues goal in some style, Marcus Painter.
Oh, that's fantastic, isn't it? I actually think he's had a good night tonight, Yokoyama. Even in the first half, I thought when he gets isolated 1v1, he looks a real threat. Pure class.
Fulham Under-21 side and in firm control of the contest. Fulham with work to do if they want to progress. Taylor Gardner-Hickman swings into the penalty area. Daylight of 2 goals between the sides now. Ayumu Yokoyama's strike after 54 minutes. One of class, one of specialty, one of pure brilliance. Yokoyama, Taylor Gardner-Hickman. Brilliant to find Jay Stansford in for the hat-trick. Willemsen onto May, and what a 4th goal that is. Utter devastation from Blues, who are well out of sight now. Liquid, intricate build-up, expertly dispatched by Alfie May. Absolutely brilliant. Taylor Gardner-Hickman in the build-up. Jay Stansfield times his run to perfection. Unselfishly to Willemsen, unselfishly to Alfie May, who fires it at the near post for a much-needed goal for him, Marcus Painter.
Yeah, I think unselfish is definitely the word, isn't it? Want to just kind of make sure we're sustaining the quality that we've seen.
Klara wins the ball high on the far side, the right. Yokoyama, surrounded by white shirts, edge of the penalty area. Taylor Gardner-Hickman. Alex Cochrane whips it across. Alfie May with the stooping header. And found with a pin by Mark Leonard with a long sweeping ball. Laird past his marker. Stabbed away by Fulham. It comes out to Samstead, urged to shoot, will hit it! And that was travelling, but travelling just wide of the left-hand post.
Number of times tonight when he does pick the ball up, he's a real threat. Just on that occasion, just made his movement too early.
Sanderson back to Bailey Peacock-Farrell, who has rarely seen the ball in this second half, truth be told. A lot of the action taking place down at the Tilton end, with Bailey Peacock-Farrell defending the Gilmerick. Yokoyama this time has timed his run well and is well picked out by Taylor Gardner-Hickman. It's a great touch by Yokoyama to take it into his stride. Alfie May underlapping, fashions a ball across. Yokoyama! How about that? Well, the first one was brilliant. The second, even sweeter strike. The young man from Japan. 5-1 Blues lead. It's another goal of the utmost quality.
Wow, we have seen some great goals tonight, and 2 of them have come from Yokoyama. That second one there, you know, he kind of rebounds out to him, and he has the confidence just to hit that first time, and he doesn't half hit it sweet. You know, no chance of saving that one. Obviously, the scoreline, if you're Fulham, you see the scoreline now, and it zaps any momentum from you, any extra energy that you might try and bring to the game. And we're in again, look.
Ball over to Keshi Anderson, who just fires it wide of the mark.
No, he's the number nine, the Fulham centre forward there. He's outnumbered 3-1. Still choosing to pump it up to him.
And Anderson's been found over the top. It's Keshi Anderson for 6. And Blues do hit Fulham for 6. Anderson getting on the act. But
ways of still getting in beyond Fulham. I mean, look to add to our goal tally. You know, that hasn't stopped. The second half performance has been really dominant, and ruthless is a word we've used on a number of times.
Oh, what a goal that would have been. Anderson picking out Yokoyama, his first time tee up for Leonard, who hit that with some venom. And here's May. And there's Samsted! And Lyndon Dykes in for 7. It's been ruthless from Blues, simply ruthless. And Lyndon Dykes getting his first goal in blue. A cherry on a very impressive cake, Marcus Painter.
Yeah, another one to add to the scoreline, isn't it? Is Lyndon Dykes this time getting in on the act, and a really good ball across the 18-yard box.
And here come Fulham. Gordon, it was waltzing his way through, and now King's in on goal, and Bailey Peacock-Farrell denies that consolation. And Keshi Anderson at the back for Blues. And there is the full-time whistle to bring to an end these young Fulham players suffering.